Now hope my screen is visible and voice is also audible both. So we are proceeding with our engineering mathematics 2. As in a last semester we saw that is a engineering mathematics 1. I taught near about two modules regarding that respective subject. Today we are again going to start the mathematics here, but that mathematics is known as for engineering mathematics 2. So here that is engineering mathematics 2 is different as compared to the engineering mathematics 1. There is uh, many the conceptual topics are there which are related to your engineering mathematics 1. So it's not like that is engineering mathematics 1 and engineering mathematics 2 are not related with each others. Just like you already learn a complex number in engineering mathematics 1, so similar complex number concepts. I'm not saying that is a topic of a complex number is going to again the repeated here in engineering mathematics 2. So the concept, the properties of complex numbers, which we have to apply here directly, because already we learned such a concepts of complex number in previous semester. Similarly, the concept of the matrices, the concept of the partial derivative, the concept of the successive differentiation, and all already we learned. We have to apply here at few respective part of our syllabus in engineering mathematics too. So be careful about these things. If I compare, if I conclude about the all four mathematics like engineering mathematics 1, engineering mathematics 2, engineering mathematics 3 and 4, then I can say that is engineering mathematics 2 is one of the toughest among all four. Means the difficulty level is more as compared to the engineering mathematics 1 as 3 and 4, because when you will enter in the second year you will have to learn in sem 3 you have to learn as maths 3 means engineering maths 3, and in semester 4 you have to learn that is the engineering mathematics 4. But if I compare all four mathematics subject, then engineering mathematics 2 is difficult as compared to the other mathematics. So here, what are the syllabus of the engineering mathematics 2? What we have to learn? What is our outcome? What we will understand after learning of engineering mathematics 2, and what are the applications of based
Yeah,
on
your voice is very low.
what are the applications which we have to suppose apply in engineering mathematics 3 as well as in engineering mathematics 4 by using this mathematics. So basically engineering mathematics 2 is a combination of a differential equations and the integrations. So the engineering mathematics 2 is a combination of a differential equations and integrations. When I say that is a differential equations, so here in this semester or in this mathematics 2, engineering mathematics 2, you have to learn and understand the differential equations or different kind of a differential equations. Like you have to understand what is a differential equation of first order first degree, what are the method and solutions of that respective first order first degree differential equations. Then you have to understand what is a numerical solution of a differential equations. After that you have to understand and learn that is a differential equations means linear differential equations with constant coefficient. Then you will understand that is a differential equation of Legendre's and Cauchy's. So basically we can say that the differential equations combination and integration, here you have to learn that is a rectifications, double integral, triple integral, area, mass of lamina, triple integral and numerical integration. So if you are supposed to look of the engineering mathematics 2, so it is a combination of, we can say that combination of differential equations and integration. So it is totally combination of a differential equation and calculus. When I say that is a calculus, calculus is a part of or we can say that is the integration is a part of your calculus. Now here I'm supposed to start with the module which I'm going to teach, that is a linear differential equation with constant coefficients. So I'm just introducing this module. Just a second. Okay. Now the topic is linear differential equation linear differential equation with constant coefficient. I request all the students, please carry your calci. Calci are mandatory for this part. So this is your, we can say that is a chapter name, linear differential equation with constant coefficient. Lengthy chapter is there, but it is a easy, and you will understand basically what we have to do here. What we are going to learn in this part, that is in this chapter, or in this topic, we are going to study about that is a linear differential equation with constant coefficient. So in this type of a differential equations, the derivative of the order may occur, but its power is unity, and its constant is and its coefficient is our constant. So when we have to solve the numericals, then definitely we'll understood that is the statement is clearly mentioned that in this type of a differential equation, the derivative of any order may occur, means derivative of any order may occur, but its power is unity and its coefficient is constant. So for example, I'm just showing a few things so that you will understood that is what is a linear differential equations. When suppose I'm just writing here, that is 3 into 3 into d cube y upon dx cube plus 2 into d square y upon dx square plus dy by dx plus y is equal to x square, is equal to x square. So you can just see and observe this part clearly, that is the derivative may occur different, means this is, we can say that is d cube y by dx cube is our third order derivative. D square y by dx square, we can say that is the second order derivative. This is first order and this is just y is there. So the derivative may occur a different, but its power, when I say that is a power degree, when if you remember that statement of your 11th or 12th standard topic, that is a degree and order of differential equation. So if you observe here, that is a degree of that respective degree, means we can say that is a power. So if I say that is the degree of this part is 1, similarly degree of this part is again 1, so degree of this part is again 1. So that is a, but its power is unity. So the power of this differential equation, we can say that is its unity. So such a differential equations are known as a linear differential equation with constant coefficients. So the degree may be, the order may be different, like either d cube y by dx cube है. हो सकता है that order will be becomes like this, or I can say that is of pi into d raised to 4 y by dx raised to 4 plus 2 into d cube y by dx cube plus dy by dx plus y is equal to e raised to x. Now again, if you will, or if you are going to observe these things, this again, that is a different derivative occur, or order of this derivative are different may occur, but the power of its it becomes unity. So such a things are known as a linear differential equation with constant coefficient. So hope the thing is clear, that is which differential equation we have to prefer as a linear differential equation with constant coefficient. So that according to this part we are just concluded to one thing, that is you can just see that is this 3, this 2, this 1, we can say that is these are the constant of that respective coefficient. So like 3 2 1, here 5 4 5 2 1, we can say that is these are the constant of the respective coefficients. That's already introduced about, that is a linear differential equation with constant coefficient. Now what will be the definitions, according to what basis we should write the definition? So I can say that you can just observe this part, this is d cube y, this is d square y, this is dy, this is d raised to 4y, this is d cube y. So according to that, we can conclude that this is the order of a decreasing, you can say that. So we can write according to this part, the definition of this part, definition, this is not going to come in examination, but you should remember, or you should understand what is exactly the definition of this part of differential equation. So d raised to n y upon dx raised to n plus p1 d raised to n minus 1 y upon dx raised to n minus 1 plus p2 d raised to n minus 2 y upon dx raised to n minus 2, up to so on, up to so Pn of y is equal to capital X, is equal to capital X. So this is basically, we can say that the definition of a linear differential equation with constant coefficient. So hope I'm clear about these things, that is what exactly we perform here and what exactly the differential equation is there. So this is equal to capital X. Now see, where P1, P2 and Pn, we can say that where P1, P2, it's not like that is a P1 P1 है तो d raised to n minus y1, ऐसा नहीं है. यहाँ पे देखोगे 4 के बाद 3 है, 3 के बाद 2 नहीं है, 1 है directly. So but according to that conclusion we written this step, मतलब फर्स्ट जो पार्ट लिखते हैं that is the highest power of, आपको लिखने नहीं आना है कि कैसे किस ऑर्डर में लिखना है, आपको क्वेश्चंस दिख रहेगा, according to that question we have to solve the problem, that's it. But I'm just explaining the definition for understanding purpose. So P1, P2 up to Pn, we can say that is these are a constant, and X is a function, that capital X is a function of uh, X only is called a linear differential equation with constant coefficient. So this is the definition of linear differential equation with constant coefficient. Now the solution, what are the solution of this linear differential equation with constant coefficient? So hope this thing is this till this part everything is clear, there is no problem solution are there. This is just explanation, or this is just a definition of that your chapter. Now coming to the solution, because whenever the differential equations are there, we have to write the solution of that respective part. So what are the solution of this part? Just a second. So what are the solution of this that respective part? So you can just see that there are two parts, or there are left hand side and right hand side of the definition. You can just observe that. I can conclude, or I can say that this whole part, this left hand side and this is a right hand side. So capital X is placed at the right hand side, and rest the differential equation part is placed at left hand side. So the solution is totally depend on two parts. The left hand side part is known as a, we can say that, complementary function. The left hand side part is known as a complementary function, but the right hand side is known as a right hand side part is known as a particular integral. We'll come to this part later, and we'll explain what are the types of the complementary functions and what are the type of the, we can say, that is a particular integral. But the solution is totally depend on complementary functions. So I'm just writing here, that is this part, this is complementary function. And this is known as a particular integral. The complementary function is basically represented as a CF. CF से represent करते हैं हम लोग, and particular integral is just represented as PI. Because writing all again and again the full statement is not necessary. So you should remember that is what is a complementary function and what is a particular integral. Now from here onwards, I am coming to the next part, or we can say that is a one part of this part, that is the complementary functions. So we should know, and we should aware how to solve the complementary functions, because till now I can assure that the whole student of my class can say that what is a linear differential equation with constant coefficient. Definitely I will ask a questions after 5 to 10 minutes, but I am assured, or I am confident, I can hope about this part, that is what is a differential equation with constant coefficients, and what is a complementary, what part is known as a complementary function and what part is known as a particular integral. होप इतना तो अब तक समझ में आया होगा और इतना तो आप जस्टिफाई कर सकते हो. Now we have to look the part of complementary function here. आखिर complementary function का solution लाना है, पर्टिकुलर इंटीग्रल का सॉल्यूशन लाना है, एक साथ नहीं करना है, सेपरेट सेपरेट दोनों पार्ट को सॉल्व करना है. और जब फाइनल जनरल सॉल्यूशन ऑफ डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन कभी भी लिखते हैं हम, तो कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री फंक्शन का सॉल्यूशन और पर्टिकुलर इंटीग्रल का सॉल्यूशन कंबाइन करते हैं. आगे हम लोग देखेंगे उस चीज को. सो बिफोर वी कैन से, आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन one more thing that is known as the operator. Operator operator D. What will be the operator? So basically we can say that is a operator is a word we can justify according to that the meaning of that word. We have to use or utilize for operation purpose, or for whatever the solution we have to be required, or whatever the problem is given. In that problem, for solution purpose, we require to operate, or we have to generate something. For that purpose, we require to use that operator D. So we can say that is D is the symbol which denotes differentiation with respect to x. So here you can just remember this thing, that is the D is a capital D. So capital D is a symbol which means it is a differentiation or derivative with respect to x. So we can say that is a D basically stand for dy by dx. D stand for dy by dx. So without wasting so much time here, we can. I'm just coming to this part. Why should this operator D required for solution of a complementary function? For solution of a complementary functions, from here, when we have to utilize the operator D, this part will becomes, or we can say that d raised to n y by dx raised to n. When I say that is a d of y, d of y. So as I already mentioned this part, d means derivative with respect to x. So this means d by dx of y. Therefore we can say that is d of y, d of y is equal to dy by dx. So d of y means dy by dx. So this is means derivative. But when I say that is a d cube y, अगर d cube y बोलूँगा तो it is again means what? D cube y or d square y. If I say d cube y, this means when I say dy, d matlab dy by dx. When I say d cube y means d cube y by dx cube. So hope things are clear. That is what is exactly the operator D is performing here. So according to the whole thing or whole concept, I'm just coming to this part or conclusion of this part. So this is the definition of linear differential equation with constant coefficients. We should write in an operator form. So while writing this operator form, this part will becomes d raised to n of y plus p1 d of n minus 1 into y plus p of 2 dn minus 2 into y plus pn of y is equal to capital X, is equal to capital X, is equal to capital X. So this is just to be written, that is that definition of part into operator D form. So according to this part, you can just observe this part clearly, y, and this part. So we can take y as a common factor here. So while taking y as a common factor, we can say that what will be the remaining d raised to n plus p1 d raised to n minus 1 plus p2 d raised to n minus 2y plus pn only. This whole part it is remaining. मतलब सिर्फ function of d or operator d will be remaining here with constant part. So for that purpose, I'm just going to write of this part. For better understanding, you should remember these things clearly in your mind. That is, while taking y as a common part, I'm just representing this part as f of d, f of d, and y as it is equal to x. F of d means your this operator, that is dn plus p1 d raised to n minus 1 plus p2 d raised to n minus 2 plus pn or up to so on into y. So this is just for understanding. This is not going to, or this derivation is not going to come or in examination for calculation or something. This is just for understanding or how to tackle the value of that respective कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री फंक्शंस. फिलहाल हम कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री फंक्शंस के पास आ रहे हैं. सो यू शुड रिमेंबर दिस पार्ट फॉर सॉल्यूशन or for complementary function solution, right hand side, right hand side must be 0, must be 0. Means this part is must be 0, then only you can calculate that is a complementary function. Complementary function means what? This function value, this function value f of d into y. Complementary function is this equal to capital X. Capital X is what known as a particular integral. This differential equation is known as a complementary functions. We are looking for a complementary function. So for complementary functions calculations we must require operator. Operator, operator will work? Operator just we have to will give the value of f of d into y equal to x. So for CF, for complementary function solution, right hand side must be 0. So if it is not given 0, you can consider as a 0 for calculation of a complementary function. मतलब क्या कि यहाँ पे जो भी वैल्यू देगा लेकिन कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री फंक्शन फाइंड आउट करते वक्त आपको उसको जीरो लेना है. देयरफॉर वी कैन से दैट फॉर कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री फंक्शंस यू शुड बी रिमेंबर दिस पार्ट एज एफ ऑफ डी into y is equal to 0, is equal to 0. For complementary function the solution of this part will be treated as a 0. So this is the solution of complementary functions. Complementary function किस तरह solve किया जाता है. So hope the things are clear from my end. Just you should remember that is no need to remember this all the stuffs what is a d of y and all the things. Just only you should remember whenever such a kind of equations are present in our problems in our numericals, we must take that left hand side as a complementary function, and for complementary function we should put as equal to 0. That's it. And d raised to n, this small d raised to n y by dx raised to n, we should write as a capital. That's it. So you will getting this part of equations. That time you should have to put that is this part as 0 so that you can calculate the value of your d clearly. So now coming to the next part, there are various chances what will be the right hand side, what will be the right hand side functions will be given, but we'll look that is later on about the right hand side. First we have to look in the left hand side, that is complementary function. Now in complementary functions there are certain types of equations are present. Means certain types of things are present. To solve the left hand side or to solve the complementary function, the main concept is f of d into y equal to 0. अब क्वेश्चन क्वेरी आता है, जनरेट होता है, अगर जीरो नहीं दिया है तो ऑलरेडी आई क्लियरली रिटन हियर दैट इज राइट हैंड साइड मस्ट बी जीरो. Must be zero means what? If this part is not zero given and we have to calculate the complementary functions, the right hand side must be zero means we have to consider it, that is f of d into y is equal to 0. That's it. So please don't think that is how sir isko zero kaise lena hai, kya karna hai, kuch nahi karna hai. You have to, whenever we have to tackle the problems of complementary functions or linear differential equation with constant coefficient problem, you must consider right hand side as a 0 for complementary function solution. That's it. Please remember the statement carefully and please fix in your mind whenever we have to find the value of a complementary function, or whenever we have to find the solution of a complementary function, the right hand side means the particular integral wala part must be 0. So if 0 is not given, you have to consider it as a 0 for calculation of complementary function. So just underline this statement clear carefully in your mind, so that whenever we have to tackle the numericals, हमको दिक्कत नहीं होगा. Now coming to the next part. Now when the this part is given, or complement, whenever we have to find the complementary functions. So coming to this part, there must be a chances. What chances we will get here? That is auxiliary equation with roots. Means there must be a roots. So I'm just coming to this part. The chances or the probability of this part is, we can say that f of d f of d of y equal to 0, f of d y equal to 0, so there will be a chance. What chance we will getting? That is, we will getting the auxiliary equations, or we will getting some roots of this parts. तो हमको यहाँ पे roots मिल सकते हैं इस equations के. We will getting something roots, और for the operator d, मतलब solution उस root, उसको root में मिलेगा. So whenever the auxiliary equation, इसको हम लोग auxiliary equation के नाम से जानेंगे भी. तो auxiliary equation, auxiliary equation auxiliary equation with distinct root, with distinct root means not repeated. Auxiliary equation with distinct root, f of d of y equal to 0, मतलब क्या? वो आपका लेफ्ट हैंड साइड कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री फंक्शन डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन. So the roots, if roots is auxiliary with distinct, then you must be remember this thing clearly. That is, if d is equal to, we can say that if d is equal to, if d is equal to like 1 2 3, or any part I can conclude, or anything I can conclude, so that you should remember this thing clearly. If d is equal to, any roots will be there, like we can just conclude as a abc, abc. Suppose हमको d के roots मिल गए abc, so these are the distinct root, means this is the auxiliary equation with distinct roots. So what will be the solution? So लिखने का तरीका क्या है solution का? Solution is equal to y is equal to, there are three roots, so you should write c1 e raised to ax plus c2 e raised to bx plus c3 e raised to, you should remember these things clearly. That is how to write the solution of the respective complementary functions if the roots of your operator d, or we can say that is the root of this f of dy equal to 0 is distinct roots, then the solution will be y is equal to c1 e raised to ax plus c2 e raised to bx plus c3 e raised to cx. So it must be any solution or anything. For better understanding, I'm just taking one example so that you will understood clearly. Suppose the problem is given. Example, I'm just taking, solve d cube y by dx cube minus 6 into d square y by dx square plus 11 dy by dx minus 6y is equal to 0. So the problem is given. We have to find just the roots. Also, we have to solve this CF. So first, our procedure will be we have to write in a capital D format. So we should write in a capital D format. It's your wish, it's your choice. You can write directly, come to the part of the equation. So I'm just writing first because this is my first problem for solving. So d cube into y minus 6 into d square into y plus 11 into d into y minus 6 into y is equal to 0. So we can say that is a y we can take as a common factor, so that y will become 0, so that you will getting only d cube minus 6d square plus 11d minus 6 into y, sorry, 6 into y minus 6 is equal to 0. Now we have to find the root of this parts. अगर इसके रूट्स हम लोग फाइंड आउट करें तो आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स प्लीज यूज कैलकुलेटर. You have to go to the mode में जाओ. Kelsey, startingly I told that is I'm just taking the name randomly, so anyone of from your side. uh, yeah, 1 2 3 is the final answer. That's fine. But one more thing I forget to announce that during the lectures times I can call a name of a student. So that student must on your camera. It is a mandatory thing from the college. During the lectures times, I'm going to call the name of the students. I can take the name of randomly to the students, so that you must on your camera, and that time only you will answer. तो प्लीज डोंट आंसर विदाउट ऑन, मतलब कैमरा ऑन किए बगैर आप आंसर नहीं देना. दिस इज माय फर्स्ट lecture, so just I just advise all the things. Whenever I'm going to ask any questions to any students randomly, so that time you must on your camera, and then you can just tell the answer or you can ask your doubts. So please, this thing keep in your mind for further or for next lecture. So here the equation is clearly simple. So that is, we can say that is that d is equal to 1 2 3 or 3 to 1. Sometimes we can, it is up to your choice. That is, you can write in a 1 2 3 order, 3 to 1 or 2 1 3 or 2 3 1, कैसा भी लिख सकते हो. So we have to put this in equation. So therefore y is equal to c1 e रेस टू, जैसे a के जगह पे हमको मिल रहा है 1, सो e रेस टू x प्लस c2 e रेस टू 2x plus C3 e raised to 3x. So this is our solution, or this is complementary function solution. So hope now the clear is what exactly we have to perform here. If there will be a no doubt, so I can proceeding with the next part, or the next things. Now see, so this is my first part, when auxiliary equation with distinct roots. Now coming to the next part. Now the second one will becomes auxiliary equation with repeated roots. Auxiliary equation with repeated roots. Repeated roots means what? D is equal to A, B, C is there. It might be D is equal to A, B, and B. D is equal to A, B, B, or A, C, A, B. Means the value must be repeated, or all the values like D is equal to A, A, A. All the values must be D is equal to A. मतलब सभी वैल्यू क्या हो रहे हैं आपके, रिपीटेड हो रहे हैं. Then what should we have to apply, or what exactly we have to perform? So you should remember, जैसे यहाँ पे जब distinct था तो what we return, so I'm considering this part here with repeated roots. So your solution will becomes y is equal to, you can just see to it clearly or properly, so that the mistake will never happen. Here you can say that ABB means first kept as it is, so first we have to write C1 e raised to ax, C1 e raised to ax, but the second and third terms, or second and third value is repeated here. Second and third value is repeated, या आप उसको आगे भी लिख सकते हो BBA, plus you have to write C2 plus C3 into x, C3 into x, and into e raised to bx, into e raised to bx. Now see, if auxiliary equations with repeated roots are there, like d equal to a a a, then the solution will be y is equal to, now here you can just observe that is all the values are repeated, means all three value, तीन रहे, चार रहे, पांच रहे, कितना भी value रहे, there will be no need worry about that thing, that is we have to look, that is अरे बाबा तीन value है, चार value है. You just try to understand the concept clearly. So all three values are repeated, so we have to write C1, we have to write as it is C1 first, then plus, repeat हो रहा है तो you have to write C2 into x, फिर से repeat है तो you have to write plus C3 into x square, C3 into x square, and give the bracket complete, that is e raised to, which value is repeated, that is a, so a into x. So this is just a solution of auxiliary equation with repeated roots. There are total 3 types, so there will be a total 6 types. This is first type, that is a real roots with distinct and repeated. तो दो पार्ट हो गए इसमें. नेक्स्ट हम लोग पढ़ेंगे दूसरे रूट्स. So I'm just asking the randomly a question from the students, so that time otherwise उनका सम होगा. Okay, सानिका भोईर. You can just on your camera and just repeat your question, please.
No, sir.
What?
I haven't any doubt.
No doubt.
Uh, no,
Okay,
sir.
just a second. Third term. Okay, भूषण टिलवाने, what is your doubt? हाँ हाँ समझा, फिर से आपने लिख दिया, समझ गया. Please on your mic, switch on your mic or switch on your camera if you have any doubts. Sir, what is C? Okay. Please don't write in a chat box. As I mentioned, that is when I say that is you have to, whenever you have a doubts regarding this or regarding any doubts, so you must switch on your camera. I will हमेशा मैं आप लोग को वक्त देता हूँ कि now you can ask for a doubts or you can go ahead with your doubts and all the things. So you, it is my request to all the students, no need to write the things and all the things. Now प्लीज आप लोग माइक ऑन करके बोलने की आदत लगाइए, अदरवाइज वाइवा वगैरह में आप लोग को आदत नहीं रह जाता है. So here C, when I say that is a C, what will be a C? So C is basically a constant things for just it is your choice. If you wish, अगर आपकी ख्वाहिश है आप उसको C1 के जगह पे P1 R1 कुछ लिखना है तो you can write. It's up to your choice. This is just for a that is we can say that is a constant purpose we have to write for just a representation of the auxiliary equations. So Siddhant Vishwakarma, please take a note clearly. It is not like any that is a big value or something like the things. Hope you are clear about this your doubt. Any more doubt from students? So okay, एक minute. Sir, I have doubt. Nikhil Karmakar, you can just speak it.
हेलो सर.
हाँ बोलो बोलो बेटा.
सर आपने ऑपरेटर डी का सब्स्टिट्यूट किया डी बाई डी एक्स से. सर इफ एनी सम हैज डी बाई डी वाई तो उसके लिए क्या करना
No,
पड़ेगा?
no, your syllabus is clearly designed for d by dx.
ओनली.
Yeah, only.
ओके सर.
Or
क्लियर.
or suppose, or I'm just let you know that is, or suppose if there is a d by dt for or d by dm or any or anything, any variables we can consider. So you can just consider that that is a operator d is equal to d by that respective variable. That's it.
सर
It
तो पहले वो सिर्फ कंसीडर करना पड़ेगा.
it's up to your problem based.
ओके
आपके
सर.
प्रॉब्लम के बेस पे ऑपरेटर शिफ्ट होता है, ऑपरेटर यूज होता है. दैट्स इट. तो
ओके
प्लीज
सर.
टेक अ नोट clearly.
ठीक सर.
Okay. So now see the next part of this part. Next part, what will be? I taken the all the lectures of mathematics of myself is in the morning, because last time we got at 2:30 to 3:30. Very difficult, very hectic task. Morning mathematics lecture is fine, so that's why I've taken all my three lectures in a morning schedule. Tuesday 10 to 11, Wednesday 10 to 11, and Thursday that is after so much fight I got a lecture at 12:20 to 1:20. So in the second half, very difficult to take the mathematics lecture according to my opinion. It's different aspects from different faculties and teachers, but for my purpose I taken the in a morning because I feel that is a morning lectures are best for mathematics. Now coming to the next part, that is the third one. थर्ड ही ना, एक तो सेकंड हुआ ना अभी. हाँ, ऑक्सिलरी इक्वेशन. auxiliary equation with imaginary roots. Now when I say that is an imaginary, you must be clearly that is a complex number. because complex number is a combination of a real part and imaginary part. If you remember, imaginary distinct root I am writing. Distinct roots. Distinct means not repeated. This is the first thing is you must be clear that. So again I'm coming to the next part as if D is equal to or capital D is equal to having roots like imaginary. When I say that is if an equation has one root like alpha plus I beta, alpha plus I beta, then we know that alpha minus I beta is also also a root. So we can say that is alpha minus I beta, alpha minus I beta, और a minus a plus ib भी लिख सकते हो, a plus ib plus and a minus ib or something. Then the roots will be, you should be careful about these things without doing any mistakes. You must be remember these things clearly in your mind. That is the y is equal to e raised to alpha x into a into, और इंस्टेड ऑफ ए वी रिटर्न दैट इज C1 ही हम लोग लिखते हैं, तो C1 cos ऑफ बीटा एक्स प्लस C2 साइन ऑफ बीटा एक्स. So a plus b ib लिखो या a minus ib. If the roots are like a complex or imaginary part is present or complex number kind of equation is there, suppose or we can see that example तो हम लोग देखेंगे ये अभी. I'm not taking the example first. First I'm going to write all the parts. Then we'll take the examples combinedly. Because अभी तो separately लूंगा खाली imaginary के लिए, तो वहाँ पे सबको क्लिक रहेगा अरे ये तो imaginary आने वाला है, ये तो repeated ही आने वाला है. But जब problem चारों पांचों type sorry all 6 types you will learn. There are only 3 types basically, but repeated होने की वजह से we can say it is a 6 type, because imaginary, real, and next one is will be there, that is the irrational roots. But the repeated terms are there, so for that repeated I say that is there are 6 types, otherwise there are only 3 types. So d is equal to alpha plus I beta, so y is equal to alpha x plus into C1 cos beta x. अब यहाँ पे C1 की वजह से a और b भी लिखते हैं, कोई P और Q भी लिखता है कहीं कहीं भी. बहुत सारे रेफरेंस बुक्स देखोगे तो उसमें P Q भी लिखा है, L M से भी रिप्रेजेंट दिया है. तो दिस C1 C2 इज नथिंग very for just a representation of that part. So please be careful with this part. Otherwise कोई डाउट आपको नहीं आना चाहिए. सर इसका एक मिनट, नहीं, नो थ्योरम नो या इट इज अ कंप्लीटली प्रूव्ड. ये प्रूव है, इसका प्रूफ आपके बुक में दिया गया ही है, आप देख सकते हो. That is the proof is clearly given, but we are not because we are learning that is engineering mathematics or applied mathematics, so we just required that concept, or we just required that final things. So that's why no need to verify any theorem or something, but for understanding purpose, if you want, if you wish, you can just go ahead with the theorem. You will see that is it is clearly proved, because see in a mathematics when I say that is a sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So if I say it is equal to 1, means it is proved. Without proved, mathematics not allowed to write a single line or a single step. So when I say that is y is equal to say e raised to alpha x c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x, I can conclude this part because this is proved by mathematically. So you should remember this thing क्लियरली, जैसे हम लोग अगर बोलते हैं कि a रेस टू 0 1 होता है या एनीथिंग रेस टू 0 1 होता है, तो इट इज मैथमेटिकली प्रूव्ड. So that's why we written it directly here. So you should remember these things. It is a not means it is a distinct roots. Now coming to the next part, that is a fourth one, and after this we will stop here today. If d is equal to, if a pair of imaginary root is repeated twice, if a pair of imaginary root is repeated twice, then what we have to apply, then or then what we have to perform here means what, if the repeated root is like d is equal to auxiliary equation with imaginary repeated roots. So just see that word distinct and repeated roots. So when I say that is a repeated terms, repeated means what, the terms are repeated. मतलब जैसे अल्फा प्लस आई बीटा मैं बोलूं, so d will be my, d is equal to alpha plus I beta twice, टू टाइम्स आ चुका है मेरे को, अल्फा प्लस आई बीटा, अल्फा प्लस आई बीटा. So that's why we can say that is a d is equal to alpha plus I beta, या फिर instead of this we can write alpha plus I beta comma alpha plus I beta. So the terms are, or the this part is repeated, comma alpha minus I beta alpha minus I beta. So whenever we have to see that is the repeated terms are there or repeated roots are there, then what will be our auxiliary equations or the solution of this part? So y is equal to, you should be remember these things clearly, e raised to alpha x c1 plus c2x cos of beta x plus c3 plus c4x sine of beta x, sine of beta x. So when the auxiliary equation with imaginary repeated roots, then what we have to perform or what will be the solution of the CA for complementary function? You can just observe is observe clearly e raised to alpha x, e raised to alpha x clearly. But the roots are repeated, therefore it is written c1 c2x cos beta x as it is, cos beta x as it is, plus this is part again, that is c3 plus c4x, because it is a repeated. Whenever the terms are repeated, you can see that there are three terms are repeated here. So c1 first is we have to write non-repeated. So obviously when we have to start, this part is considered as a not repeated. So see, this is c1 plus, we can say that c2x plus c3x square into e raised to x, because ये दोनों repeated है, ये first time repeated है, this that's why it is written as a x. This is again more repeated, so it is x square. Suppose अगर 4 रहता, a 4 रहता, तो c1 plus c2x plus c3x square plus c4x cube into e raised to x, ax हो जाता था वो part. So you should be careful about these things. uh, now hope there will be a no doubt. If it is any doubt, so you can ask, otherwise बोलोगे सर पहले ही बोल देते हैं no doubt. So if anyone having any doubts regarding that, you can just ask. If no doubts, I'm proceeding with the attendance part and will stop here. See you tomorrow for the next two parts are remaining, and then we will move ahead with the solution of the problem.
सर
बोलो.
सर फर्स्ट वाला ऑक्सिलरी इक्वेशन दिखाइए ना इसमें जो दिखा रहे थे आप
फर्स्ट वाला किसमें?
सर ये ऑक्सिलरी इक्वेशन था जो हेडिंग्स था उसमें फर्स्ट वाला हेडिंग देखना है बस हाँ सर थैंक यू
दिस इज अ रियल, हाँ, दिस इज अ रियल रिपीटेड रूट. सो इसके लिए मैंने नहीं लिखा है, जस्ट रूट्स के बारे में बेसिकली बोला है. सो इट माइट बी द टर्म्स विल बी अ माइनस ए प्लस ए or any value will be there. Okay.
ओके सर
Yeah. So hope I'm considering each one of you will understood clearly. If anyone having any doubts, positive के लिए cos term और negative वाले के लिए sign लेंगे. No way, negative positive नहीं. All the terms you should consider. Well, let just till now you should see the formula only. Tomorrow we will going to be solve the numericals. Then definitely you will understood what exactly your doubts. Because जब तक we are not going to solve any problem based on such things, you are not going to understood what exactly we are taken. So when I say that is a why I should write as a negative part here, when I say that is a complex number, जब आपने कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर पढ़ा होगा तो a प्लस आई बी या x प्लस आई वाई जो भी पढ़ा होगा आपने, z इज इक्वल टू एक्स प्लस आई वाई. So the conjugate is by default will be there, that is x minus I y. So you should be remember these things, that is clearly in your mind. Or whenever if you remember the roots, how to find the roots of the equation, the formula, if you remember minus b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac or 4ca divided by 2a. So that time you will clearly find, remember that is a plus minus, मतलब formula जो था हमारा माइनस बी प्लस माइनस अंडर रूट. तो प्लस माइनस रहेगा ही बाय डिफॉल्ट, plus minus is there. So that's why I'm writing here again and again this part clearly in your mind, that is alpha minus I beta, alpha minus I beta, for understanding purpose. Because root find out करने का तो वही रूल था, आपने स्कूल में वही चीज सीखा था, how to calculate or how to tackle the roots. Minus b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ca. So for that purpose we written here, but we'll solve the numericals in coming time. So definitely you will understand. Just wait for the attendance purpose. Once I will finish with the attendance, then you will leave. Just wait. No, you have to make a new notebook. Please. Just wait. And whatever I'm just writing here, I will upload these things as a PDF in your classroom. So if anyone miss that is the writing and the things, you should write later also. So that it will helpful for you people. हाँ चलेगा, EM1 में ही पार्ट बना के अगर अवेलेबल है आपके पास, तो यू कैन कंटिन्यू दिस पार्ट. ऐसा कोई नेसेसरी नहीं है, बट अगर बुक में प्लेस नहीं है, जगह नहीं है, तो नो नीड टू राइट द थिंग्स इज क्लियरली हियर. Just wait. I'm facing some mistake for the attendance. Okay. Now this is fine. Okay. Thank you so much. Take care. Yeah, you can continue in the same book. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care.